Hey everybody, how you doing out there? My name is Charles Kell, your professor for English 1010, which you should have seen from my little welcome video. That was just a little welcome video. Hey, how you doing? This video, I'm going to walk through the syllabus for the class, set the class up, show you some stuff on Blackboard, and all that jazz. It's really important especially for a distance learning class to watch all the videos, follow along, know what's going on, etc., etc. So I'll jump right into the syllabus. So the home page is the get started page you see on the toolbar here. I'll walk you through that. I'll pull up the syllabus and show you this briefly. All right, all right. There we go. So this is English 1010. Get out of there. English 1010 Comp 1 Distance Learning. My name is Charles Kell. You can call me Charles. You don't have to call me doctor, professor, or anything. There's my email address if you want to email me about anything. If you have questions about the content of the class, the papers, or if you want to meet with me over Zoom, whatever, send me an email. The course description. The purpose of this course is to enable students to write fluent, accurate, and effective essays, including research and documentation assignments. This class is distance learning, remote asynchronous, which means we will not be meeting. I'll be posting videos that walk the class through the lessons and assignments. It's your responsibility to watch and take notes on the videos. You got to watch the stuff, videos, keep up, all that. Even though we are not meeting, the course syllabus will structure the class based on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This will help you guide where you should be and when you should be completing the readings and assignments. Everything's on Blackboard. Everything's on Blackboard. There's no book. All the handouts, all the pages, etc., are on Blackboard. It's your job to keep up with the readings and know what's going on. You need to be proficient and comfortable navigating Blackboard. If at any time during the semester you feel lost or want to work on and cover additional topics, it's your job to let me know. I'm not going to be reaching out and checking in. I'm not a school marm. So if you're falling behind, you got to reach out to me. The entire class will be available on weekly sessions. That's over here. I'll show you that in a moment. That mimics the syllabus. Here are the learning outcomes. These are things we'll have completed and practiced throughout this class. Follow the writing process and principles in various assignments. Use standard English grammar and mechanics. Adapt a writing style that aids and enhances communication. Apply critical thinking skills to all steps of process writing and to differentiate among inadequate, adequate, and superior presentation of ideas. Analyze, evaluate, and synthesize several valid sources of information to produce well-reasoned and original essays in accepted academic format. Examine and assess own and others' writing. We're not going to do peer review because we're distance learning, but you'll be revising and looking at your own work. Develop information literacy skills in research and writing. Research a topic with social, cultural, or historical implications to produce a 6 to 8 page research paper that integrates quoted and paraphrased material with MLA documentation. One of the criteria for completing a class is correct works cited in text citation in MLA format. So that's a big component. Here's some policies. These are more for in-person classes, so you don't really have to. We're not going to close read these like working in groups. We're not going to be working in groups. One note though on email and professionalism. Let's be mindful of each other's time. Even I know this class is online, but don't email me stuff like, "Hey, when's the paper due? What are we doing?" All that stuff's on Blackboard, right? Everything is on Blackboard. Look at Blackboard first before you ask me any of those questions. However, if you have questions like you're struggling with the paper, like you're stuck on something, you don't know what to do, you're stuck on a thesis, then please email me with that. But don't email me like, "Hey, what's going on? What are we doing? When's the paper due?" All that stuff's located on Blackboard. All right, so this stuff you can ignore. This is for in-person classes. Here's what you're concerned about: the big money, the grading policy. I always base my courses off 1,000 points. It's very easy to know your grade. If you end up with 940 points, you have a 94%, right? One thing I don't like busy work. This class is stripped down. We have 4 papers. Paper 1 is a narrative. Paper 2 is a narrative. Paper 3, you're going to be bringing in some outside sources, compare and contrast. And paper 4 is the big money research paper. So we have 4 papers, and 3 discussion boards. So the 3 discussion boards are worth 25 points each, but turning them in on time, you'll get the other 25 points. And the discussion boards are geared toward the first or all the assignments. So again, it's your job to keep up with the class. You know, a summer class is only 6 weeks. This is a quick turnaround, especially for Comp 1. You got to keep on top of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So you know all that. All right, academic accommodations. If you need any of that, contact the DSS. There's the grading policy. Here's the course schedule. So class introductions, syllabus, assignment 1. Assignment 1's on the weekly sessions. I want you to read pages 2 through 19, 21 through 36. Those are located on Blackboard weekly sessions. I'll show you that. July 3rd, you know, the class, I've set it up just like an in-person class, but we're just not meeting in person. So you'll be looking at these pages. First paper's due Tuesday, July 8th. Second paper's due Tuesday, July 17th. Third paper's due Thursday, July 24th, and the final's due August 7th. So that's the course schedule, and I'll show you how our weekly sessions on Blackboard mirror that. So if you go to our Blackboard page, we have the home page here, get started. Here are the weekly sessions. It's the second down on the toolbar. Click on that, and here's the 6 weeks. Week 1, there's paper 1. There's the handout for paper 1. Here's a video on paper 1 that walks through how to set up paper 1, what's going on, what's it about, how to turn it in. So you see that there's paper 1. Here are the page numbers from the book. I want you to check out and read. They'll help you. You know, I just scanned some pages from the book. There they are. Right. So everything is available on weekly sessions. So there's paper 1. There's a video on paper 1. Week 2. There's paper 2, a video on paper 2, more handouts, more notes where I walk you through. And that's how the class is set up. It follows so on and so forth. There's the handouts and more the paper 3. So that's how the class is set up. So the weeks mirror the syllabus. And on the paper videos, I show you how to turn in your assignments, but you see the third one down the toolbar is assignments. There's the video again, and there's paper 1 again. To turn it in, you click on paper 1, create, submission, or upload file, attach your file, and hit submit. That's it. Very easy. And you have the 4 papers. Those are the big assignments, and there they all are. They're already all up there. Back to our home page. The other component are the discussion boards. Here's a video on the discussion boards. It's another quick thing, you know, some of the dates are not going to line up with old videos. I'm not making new videos. The discussion for a lot of this stuff, because the content's basically the same. This walks you through how to turn into discussion boards. Here are the discussion boards. You have 3. 1 Thursday, July 3rd. That's our first week. 1 Tuesday, July 15th. 1 Thursday, July 31st. And if you notice on Blackboard here, click on discussion board. Here it is, the first discussion board. I want you to watch these videos and answer the questions. This first video is about how to format an MLA paper. You wouldn't believe how many students can still not format an MLA paper. This is important, right? A video about introductions, a video about thesis, a video about body paragraphs, and a video about conclusions. So watch all these videos and answer these questions. You click on discussion board, click on create thread, and there you go. Answer the questions and upload the document. I asked you to upload a document in MLA format. So that's that. So there's the discussion boards are up there. So everything's on Blackboard. There's the email on Blackboard. And here's some other things on Blackboard that could be really helpful. I have some other handouts with writing resources about introductions, thesis statements, body paragraphs, conclusions, MLA, outlining notes, in-text citations. So there's these writing resources. There are some writing videos I uploaded here that are really helpful. When we get to paper 3 and 4, there are all these handouts and videos on in-text citations and works cited. Look at all these works cited videos. So there's no excuse not to construct a correctly formatted works cited. Here's a whole bunch of videos on MLA format. So you'll see that. So there's a bunch of handouts and videos up here. I have some sample research papers and some notes on research. So everything's up here. So get acquainted with Blackboard, the class, all that. Everything's here. Again, if you have any questions, email me, and I wish everyone good luck in the class.